singly linked list versus doubly linked list. This lecture is to clarify in what situations do singly linked list take advantage and in what situations do doubly linked list take advantage. So generally people have a thought that doubly linked list is something superior to a singly linked list. That is not right. Doubly linked list is no way superior to a singly linked list, but it is true that it offers some sort of flexibility and some advantages, but these advantages comes with some trade-off as well. So you need to understand that a singly linked list, it has its own specialities. Doubly linked list, it has its own specialities, and you need to use the right data structure according to the requirement of the application you are developing. Okay, so this is something like what we discussed in the very first lecture of data structures, that when you are dealing with data structures, you need to keep in mind that every single data structure has its own purpose. It is, we had explained that you have a carport, you may have a fridge, you may have a table, and all these things have its own particular use cases, its own specialities. So what item do you keep at a carport? You can't keep it in a table. What you keep it in a table, if you keep it in a fridge, that's not right. So these are the places which holds data, like the data structures that would hold data. So you have to know which data structure is suitable for what purpose. Then only you will be able to use the right data structure as per the requirement of your application. Okay, so let us understand where to use singly linked list, where to use doubly linked list. Okay, so first of all, to be clear on what these are, in a singly linked list, as you already know, we'll have data. So this is our data. Along with that, you will have a link to the next node. So this is a pointer which point to the next node. Let's say here is the next node. So this is how a singly linked list is formed. And how is a doubly linked list formed? In a doubly linked list, for each of the nodes, you have a pointer towards the next as well as it pointed towards the previous. So for example, this node has a pointer to the next node and also a pointer to the previous node. So this is where doubly linked lists come into picture. Okay, so this is a doubly linked list, and let us say this is my head pointer which points to my first node. This is my head pointer pointing to the first node of doubly linked list. So this is a singly linked list. This is a doubly linked list. Let us see what are the advantages and disadvantages. So coming to doubly linked list, where does doubly linked list serve better than a singly linked list? First thing is, as obvious from all of this, whenever you need a bi-directional traversal, that is, coming to a singly linked list, you can only move from head towards the tail. This is the only direction of movement. So if you are already here, let's say you are already here, from here, you don't have the option to go back to the previous node. If you want to do that, what do you have to do? You have to again go to the head, start from the head and start traversing. But in case of doubly linked list, even if you are here, you can move either to this side or to this side. So if your application particularly need a bi-directional traversal, for example, if you are using undo and redo, if you are implementing this, so sometimes you may have to undo, go back, sometimes you may have to redo. So this is one application. Another could be, let's say you have browser history, and in browser history you want to go back and forth, let's say. In that case, again, doubly linked list could be helpful. Or let us say you want to do deletion efficiently. So when I say efficient deletion or efficient insertion in respect to doubly linked list, do not think that simply having a doubly linked list will always improve the time complexity of your insertion or deletion. That is wrong. So doubly linked list can offer you better insertion or better deletion in particular scenarios. There are some sub cases of deletion, sub case of insertion where doubly linked list may give you an advantage. It's not that doubly linked list will always improve the time complexity. That is wrong. So when we go into the case lectures where we discuss in insertion, deletion in doubly linked list, we'll particularly mention those areas where doubly linked list have an advantage over singly linked list. Okay. So one basic thing you have to understand is, if I give you a pointer to some random node, let's say I gave you a pointer to this node and I told you I want to delete this node off. In this case, if you have a singly linked list, it would be difficult, because in our insertion and deletion lectures of singly linked list, if you remember, we told that you should always have a reference to the node just before the node you have to delete. So if you want to delete this node, you should have a reference to the node just before that. So you should have a reference to this in order to delete this. So in case of singly linked list, once you are here, the only option was to start traversing again from the head and reach here. So in case of doubly linked list, even if I give you a pointer to, let's say, this node, you still have the option to go back and see what is the previous node. So you can have a reference to the previous node by going back, because you have a previous pointer. So in doubly linked list, you have a pointer called previous pointer, not just the next pointer. So this is your next pointer. This is your previous pointer. That is where doubly linked list is different from a singly linked list. Next thing is easier reversal. If you want to reverse the linked list, again, it's easier in a doubly linked list because you have a previous pointer. So if you want to reverse, you can just start from here and exchange the pointers such that you start from this node and go back to this node. Okay. And where do this doubly linked list have a disadvantage? First thing you have to see is that it uses more memory. So if your application is very memory specific, you have to be careful. Where is it using more memory? Because in a singly linked list, in each node, what is the total memory usage? One is for this data, whatever data you have to fill, for that you are using memory. And the second thing is a pointer. So when we were comparing to an array, we had told that if it's an array, it doesn't take any memory for a pointer. You just have to use the memory that's required for storing data. But coming to a linked list, when you used a singly linked list instead of an array, for in place of each of the data, you used the same memory for data, plus you used additional memory for this pointer. For this pointer, you used additional memory when you used a linked list. What happens when you use a doubly linked list? If it is a doubly linked list, you use additional memory for next pointer as well as a previous pointer. So you are using even more memory when compared to singly linked list in a doubly linked list. So this is the first disadvantage of using doubly linked list. And the second thing is increased complexity of all operations. Whatever operation you may have to do, previously in singly linked list, you had to do operations on the link as well. If you remember, whenever you did some insertion, deletion or something, you had to rearrange the links of the node previous to it, next to it, and so on. What in case of doubly linked list? You have to rearrange 2 pointers per node for each of the cases. Whenever you're, let's say, doing an insertion, deletion or something, the pointer manipulations that you have to do, that will increase. So this is a disadvantage of singly linked list. One is memory usage, and the second one is the complexity, higher complexity of each of the operations. So once the doubly linked list lectures are also complete, you'll get more idea of where exactly you should use a doubly linked list. Because if you get an application where its particular advantage gives you a benefit, that's only when you should use doubly linked list. Otherwise, if singly linked list is better, always go for that. That's what I said in the beginning. Doubly linked list is not superior. In some cases, it is more useful, but in many other cases, singly linked list is more useful. Okay. So let us go to the detailed lectures on doubly linked list.